Well, hey everyone. We're back. This is Sean from Sierra Kilo Prospecting. Back in the garage, ready to do some work on the dry washer. So we're focused, ready to go. What are we focused on? Well, I'll show you really quick. I've got it right here. It's a small process, or a small project rather. But it's pretty critical. Gets us done with this part, we can move on to bigger and better things. So anyways, come on. I'm going to show you really quick. Let's go. So what is it we're focused on? Well, right now we're focused on these toggle clamps. So we're going to use these toggle clamps to secure our dry washer riffles to our bellows box. I ordered about 8 of these from Home Depot. I'm probably only going to use 4 to 6. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to put these little fellows in on the sides, and then that way we'll be able to keep this secured to this while it's operating. I've also got a seal to put between the bellows box and the riffles, but I'm going to install that later. Right now, I'm more worried about getting this part together. I also don't want to move around on that and take the seal off. But the beauty of these things is, see how they're threaded and they've got a nut, so I can adjust them. So if this thing warps or something happens, I can always keep that riffle box nice and tight to the bellows. So that should be pretty handy. So we'll get started on that. But first, I'll show you a couple other quick things. And as is tradition, my workbench is a mess, so it's just easier to show you over here. Anywho, I was going to use these chest latches. I got these from Home Depot. But as time went on, there's some inconsistencies, mostly my fault because of the way I built this. I'm worried about getting out in the field and having things shift or not sitting right, and then these things not being as good as I wanted. And also, you can't adjust the tightness. So those toggle clamps take care of that problem. So these little fellows right here are a superior alternative to those. I got them off of Home Depot. You can go up there. You can buy them in there's different types, like strengths and different bulks. So just go to Home Depot, check them out. I've also seen some cheaper knockoff ones from Amazon that look pretty good too, but I had a gift card for Home Depot, so here we are. So thanks, Keith and Karen, for the Christmas present. Putting it to good work. All right, so quick update. And you can see where I screwed up right there. So I was trying to drill my holes for my bolts. I was trying to come in underneath this lip. I've got this this aluminum holding up the edges of the bellows. It's not consistent where it was. So I moved all that up about a ½ inch, tried to make it as close to the top as possible. That way I can consistently mount things. So, small screw up, but I think it's for the better. It'll be easier to mount this. Those latches will cover those holes up. So I'm going to throw a little wood filler in there when I get everything done, and we'll move on. So yeah, stay tuned. Well, I done goofed. When I bought these, I didn't realize they came without fasteners. So I'm going to need to make a run to the hardware store, pick up some bolts. Just got these little short ones, just kind of holding things in to show you guys what this looks like. But like I said, totally adjustable. You can screw that nut up there so it won't walk out. I'm not going to Loctite those things. There's no point, but like I said, it's a little loosey-goosey right now, but when I get it together, it'll be looking pretty good. So I'm going to drill the rest of these holes to mount these, and then I'll probably take a trip to the hardware store tomorrow. So I'm going to take a quick second just because I'm going to give a shout out to a buddy of mine that showed me this trick. It's Rob Winter out at Liberty Timbers. You can check him out on Facebook. Dude's a veteran, does a lot of awesome woodwork. He just moved to Texas recently, so I know he's not as involved with the woodwork, but he's getting his business put back together. Anywho, this is toothpicks and wood glue. So it fills the hole, because I got these holes really close to each other. So he showed me this trick. So it'll reinforce that old hole, kind of fills it up, makes it solid. And then I can use that bolt, because I'm worried about that bolt inevitably possibly pushing through and going into that other hole, breaking. So it's a quick little fix. I'll fix all up where I started to drill those other holes, but it gets us back on track, and no one's going to be any wiser. here she is. So, didn't really even mess around with the chest latches because I'd been drilling extra holes. I wasn't going to do that anyways. Think we all know the answer to the question, though, at this point. These toggle clamps are the way to go. Love the fact that I can adjust the pressure, the tension on this. Super easy to install. Went with bolts on them because I knew screws weren't going to stand up to all the pounds of tension. So, anyways, yeah, I got these little guys in here. Super easy to mount. Did have a couple hiccups, like I said, when I was going into the where the bellows connects to the the material connects to the box. That's okay. One thing I am gonna have to change at a later point, which I'm probably just gonna do some swapping. These bolts are a little long, but a lot of these bolts are shorter. So at some point when I take the riffles off and do all that, I'll just move those bolts into there. And that'll clean that box up a little bit. But for now, they're installed. They're good to go. Like I said earlier, if you got any suggestions for a name for this thing, drop it in the comments. We'll take the best suggestions and have a little name drawing, figure out what we're going to name this bad Larry. But anyways, that's our toggle clamps. And now we have our riffle tray rather, mounted to the dry washer bellows. So, as always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you somewhere else.